yet President Obama doesn't know what to do about ISIS, and he let the whole world know that yesterday.
We will continue to consult with Congress, and I do think that it'll be important for Congress to weigh in, and or that our consultations with Congress continue to develop, so that the American people are part of the debate. But I don't want to put the cart before the horse. We don't have a strategy yet.
Whoops. Now a lot of people are letting him know that it wasn't such a good idea.
This guy's coming off a teleprompter, and it's dangerous when he comes off a teleprompter and does what he did today and tells our enemies we don't have a strategy.
I think that's been one of the problems all along with this issue, is that the president hasn't been able to really put forth a coherent strategy on how to deal with this threat.
It's an extraordinary and stunning admission coming from a leader of the world's most powerful nation. And you know, as such, Megyn, it's embarrassing also.
And that was a little special something for Bob Beckel, because did you see that? Your buddy?
I did. I guess we don't have enough writers today. It's just, I know it's holiday time because we wrote the same segment twice. So all you can do is, can you roll tape about what I said?
No, we were giving you a mulligan like the president wished he had to do that over yesterday.
Just re-roll the tape that we did. He was talking about Syria, blah, blah, blah. I'm done.
Yeah, but you know what? Why don't we side by side Cameron and Obama and look at how the world would see the both of them?
I looked into that. It's 45-second sound on tape.
That's the developing story here. Side by side, what Obama said yesterday, what Cameron said today.
I want to be side by side with that woman that he was with down in the South Africa.
Okay, Bob's trying to go off on a tangent. I will not allow it. Jedediah, crush him.
People were saying, people who were defending Obama were saying, well, he doesn't want to lay all of his cards out on the table. And I'm thinking to myself, this is a guy who's been talking about shouting from the rooftops, no boots on the ground when it comes to Iraq. He lays all of his cards on the table. That's not what happened here. What happened here is that he doesn't know, and there's massive miscommunication within the administration. So he knows that one person's saying one thing, one person's saying another. We know that at least a year ago, he was on record as saying that a strategy needed to be implemented and needed to be come up with, and he waited the whole year and did nothing.
You know, you just have to go back a week. We had a Pentagon official saying one thing, then we had Hagel saying another thing, and in 24 hours,
but David, is he ignoring military advice?
They have less territory today than they had a week ago.
But it doesn't matter. They
have an airport, which gives them more coverage.
They don't have a dam now,
problem.
And they don't have their sandbox.
The dam they don't have, but they also have now embedded themselves in the populations. And let's not kid ourselves. They're the stepchild of Hamas. They're using the same tactics. These guys are not going away, and the blurred lines on the Syrian border.
Which is why we should be joining with Israel and getting rid of Hamas and ISIS together and combining forces. Now, there's a plan.
This has happened before, twice in history.
Yeah.
There are two previous ideological death cults, Nazism and communism, and it took a while for people to decide or to finally accept that these things were evil. And the reason why it took so long was a fear of appearing intolerant or uncool or mean, that you can't actually judge other cultures for their violence. Do you want, I mean, this is how I understand ISIS. Remember that kid, I guess his name was Elliot Rogers. He was the loser who rampaged in Santa Barbara.
Right.
And he killed these people because he was a romantic reject. That is ISIS. ISIS is a movement of sexual losers channeling their misery into violence. It is what they are. Hence the allure of the virgin promise. And suddenly jihad becomes cool because they think they're actually going to get something when in fact they will always be sexual losers.
And you know there's an email going around that makes your exact point, that all the women, like on next Tuesday, should take off their clothes and sit in their lounge chairs in front of their plate, because if a Muslim guy sees a woman naked that's not his wife, they're supposed to commit suicide.
You know,
that's a great idea.
That's true.
I invalidate that idea.
If there's 77 virgins, if that's a true story, if they kill me, they want to kill me, I'm going to convert.
You know what? I have advice for women. Don't die virgins. There'll be terrorists waiting for you. I'm just going to throw that out there.
You're going to volunteer to work on that?
I think the worry about President Obama, and I think it's that he publicly telegraphed weakness years ago when he tried to appease and legitimately, sincerely tried to appease certain members of the world that felt that we were bad. But he did it terribly. And if that's what he did in public, imagine what he did privately. What messages did he convey privately? Do you remember what the message he conveyed to the Russians? You know, when he
I'll have more flexibility.
So who knows what our enemies were thinking based on maybe what he suggested.
Look, they're just looking at what this president is doing, and
I'm not going to repeat it, Bob.
effective.
No, you might as well, because we'll have another segment on it, so you'll have a chance to do it all over again.
Coming up
we don't
next,
have enough writers here.
The exact same segment. No, just kidding. Next, Chief White House correspondent Ed Henry, there he is going to join us. He asked a lot of tough questions.